Hello traders, and welcome to our educational videos brought to you through FXCL Markets, FXCL Excellence in Trading. Hello traders and potential traders, welcome back to our video series as we continue on a daily or every other day basis of bringing you educational videos for your Forex trading knowledge. Brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I will be your moderator through the video series. I've been trading since 2006, and it is now 2014, and I'm still trading Forex as a full-time trader. In 2008, I retired from fire rescue in the United States and moved to Thailand, where I'm coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand, sitting on the beach, watching the Gulf of Thailand and the sun getting ready to set. So welcome to another video series, and we've got something new for you. Today we're going to start a new series. And before we get that, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. Our risk disclaimer. Please remember that Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also has a potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in Forex market or any other market. If you're trading in any instrument, realize that when you place a trade, you are taking a risk. And our purpose for our videos is to make you a better trader and have less risk. Less drawdown on your trades, less money on the table, and all about making profits. We know we can't win every trade, but we want to win most of our trades. Alright, so I have a surprise for you today as we start our new series. Yes, traders, we are starting a new series called the Friday Wrap-Up. We will do this every Friday and talk about the week and the ups and the downs. That's it, the ups and downs of the past week and something maybe we should be looking for in the next week. We'll go over some charts that we reviewed earlier in the week, and maybe some things that we should look as we come into after our 2-day break, depending on where you are on the planet. And we will basically get ready for next week. But we need to review the past week and get our minds on the right mindset, enjoy our break, and come back with a clear head ready for a new week. All right, so let's get started in our new series, the Friday Wrap-Up. Let's get to the charts. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at our charts. We have our common charts that we've had up the whole week. They're still on the screen. So we're going to go over some currency pairs and things like that. Let's bring up a couple of things that we need to keep in mind as we go through our Friday Wrap-Up. And one is that we had some interesting data come out this week. The numbers out of the United States was fairly well, and the numbers out of the Eurozone were moderate to poor. As the Eurozone continues to go through its troubles, the Euro will continue to get weak. As we saw that Germany is basically doing their own form of printing more money. So they have collapsed to the realization that they're going to have to do something and print more money and basically get more circulation done. So they've joined the rest of the Eurozone, basically doing, I guess we would call, quantitative easing in their own way. So we are expecting the euro to continue to weaken, and surprisingly we were expecting to continue in its downtrend, and it didn't happen. So what happened? We know that the Aussie dollar, and let's bring up the Aussie dollar. We know that the Aussie dollar is a commodity pair. So now we are taking a look at the 1-hour chart just to really quickly refresh the charts. These black bands are your upper Bollinger Band, your lower Bollinger Band, your middle Bollinger Band, your middle Bollinger Band being the SMA 20, the simple moving average, 20 period. The green line on the chart is a 200 exponential moving average, and this is the MACD indicator with its standard settings of 12, 26, and 9. The only difference is we have 2 moving averages inside the MACD, and we use the MACD in our ranging, we use the MACD in our trending markets. And you can see here, my good friends, that we are in a trending market to the upside. So what we want to take a look at is this is the hourly, and we can see we're in an upward trend, and we've been in an upward trend. These are 1 hour candles, and you can see that we've been in this trend for quite a while. So I'm just going to scroll back a little bit. I want you to take an observation of the 200 EMA. Take a look at the 200 EMA as we scroll back in time. Look at how price comes below the 200, goes back to the 200. I just really enjoy the 200 EMA. It is amazing how price action, look at this, price comes below the 200, drops quite a significant amount, and pulls right back, right, this is close to 60 pip drop here, drops down, then pulls back up into the 200 EMA again and continues its up mode. What does it do? It basically fibs this. It's fibbing this level here to this level here, which is that trend, that swing. I like to call it a swing. And it's fibbing that swing. What does it do? Ends up over here. And to take a look at that really quick, we could just fib that, and we can take that to our two levels. And folks, what do we have? We have a 38.2 pullback. Price action turns around and kicks back up and continues the upward trending action of bullishness. Continues on. What does it do? It fibs this swing, comes back down. Again, this time comes and only fibs to the 50% Fibonacci of that past swing. So we can do a couple of things here. If you were back in that area, you can do something like this, and you would refib this, okay, and just refib that like that and see what happens. Well, what happens? Price continues to come back, bounces again off the 200, and away she goes. Breaks out past. If you were going to trade that, your entry would have been here. This would have been your signal candle, the break of the 200. This would have been your entry candle. Where was your stop going to be? Very close. Your stop would have been here. Let me show you that. This would have been your stop. So you wouldn't have gotten stopped out with this candle, and you ended up continuing. Remember, 50% of the time, price will come back to the 200 or any entry price level and then continue on. So it'll give you basically a double tap. Taps once, boom, comes back, taps again, and we're off to the races. It comes and clears your 1618 fib at 150 pips. Now you're in this trade probably close to 2.5 days. There's a lot of candles there. So you're probably in it 2.5 days, but you're at 150 pips. And what is price doing? Price is continuing up. It is still riding this upper Bollinger Band and continues, pulls back to the center Bollinger Band, the 20 SMA, and continues on and just continues. And here we end up at current price action. So what is our plan for now? What are we going to do now? Okay, well, let's clear some of this off our charts. There we go. Just clear that off of there. So being Friday, it's the end of the week. We're coming to the end of the quarter. We have 1 day left of the trading month. We're at the end of the quarter. So a lot of people are going to be closing their positions. However, we're not going to change our rules. We're going to keep with our rules. So I am looking for the past current swing. So the past current swing gives me the high. This would be the high, this blue candle right here, at 92.94. Let's check this. And let's check this candle right here. Okay, so we're going to take that high and we're going to fib it to the low. And we're going to use the low of the swing. And I need 2 to the right and 2 to the left. So I'm going to come back down, and I need the low, and I want 2 to the right and 2 to the left. So the pullback was here, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this here. You could use this one. There would be nothing wrong with that. And it's about the same price level. So why don't we just do that? We're going to take this here. We're going to bring this down. Okay, so we're going to wait for this pullback. This is an hourly chart. So we're looking for this to pull back to our 618.50 zone here. And what we want to do is we want to see this price come back down to our fib. And we want to take this back to the upside. But we need this to pull back more. We don't want to be trading into resistance. Remember, we sell at resistance and we buy at support. Look at this area here, traders. This is significant because we have support here. Look at how this price action has bounced off of this level. So for the Aussie dollar, we're going to continue to look for our bullish momentum and continue to trade this up. I would look at the London close as a possible area, say 2 hours before the London close, where traders in London might be closing their books. And we might see a stronger pullback as people get out of their bullish trades and get ready for their day and a half break. Okay, so we took a look at the Aussie, and I just want to go over one pair real quick before we wrap up our Friday wrap up, because the euro, this is a 1 hour chart, and I just want to show you this, traders. This is pretty interesting, as we do have a 3-touch there, and just showing you how relevant trend lines can be in your trading. They make a difference. Remember, you have an aggressive trend line and you have non-aggressive trend lines, and this just helps. I'm a visual trader. I like seeing stuff in front of my eyes. I like seeing what's going on. So there is no question in my mind that we are in a bearish trend with the euro dollar, and looking for it due to the fundamentals that came out this week in the Eurozone in Germany. We are looking for this to continue to the downside. Down, down, down. How are we going to trade this, traders? On the 1 hour chart, I'm going to fib this. I'm going to go from this high. We have 2 to the left, 2 to the right. We're going to come down to the low. Alrighty. Now, I don't have 2 to the right, but pretty close. We're coming close up on 2 to the right. So I don't think that's going to take this out. If it does, we'll just have to readjust it. I'm not going to enter the trade here anyhow. Where am I going to enter my trade? I'm going to enter my trade on this euro dollar pullback, and I'm looking for here. I'm see it a little bit better. There we go. So we're waiting for this to pull back up, and we're going to do our trade. We're going to take it back to the downside. So this was a mistake. I apologize. This is an arrow down. Yeah, I'm human. I make mistakes. There we go. We want to take this down, folks. It's a downtrend. Okay, this is a downtrend. Okay, traders, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed our new series. We'll be doing it every Friday. We're going to try to get the video to you before the London Open. Before the London Open, we're going to get this video to you starting next week. So thank you and enjoy your weekly break. What is it time to do? We got 4 time zones. It's time to relax. It's time to enjoy the family and friends. Time to re-energize and time to get excited for next week's trading. And what a great opportunity we'll have next week as we start a new month. So traders, I hope you enjoyed the Friday wrap-up, and we'll see you on Monday for a new trading week, and on Tuesday a new trading month. Enjoy, traders, and from FXCL Excellence in Trading and myself, William Gilday, have a great day and safe trading. Bye-bye, folks.